Okay, I'm live, but now I get to tweet out my link, so bear with me for a second. Um, Not there. Share. All right. Twitter. Okay, I don't know why that's there. Okay, Mount Z camera. We're 30 seconds in, and I'm getting sorted. Oh, excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat. Hey, hey. All right. I'm starting this earlier than I have the last couple of times, but it also means the light's a little bit strange, so I'm going to twist my camera. So, hi everybody. Wow, you guys are jumping in. Hello, hello. Maybe I'll look at the line. Maybe I'll get a regular iced tea. Yep, here we go again, David. So, yeah, so someone said Mandy's, or is it was Mandy said sweet tea time. So, for those of you that are joining for the first time, hi, my name is Mike. I am BB Gossip on Twitter, and I've been at work all day. So while I have obviously seen and tweeted about the cast a little bit, honestly, I haven't read a bio yet. So I don't have a whole lot of opinion, but I still want to talk about it and say the names of the people and everything. So I thought I would fire this up because I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to tonight either. I had this real life thing that keeps interfering with my Big Brother obsession right now. Um, but anyways, I'm trying to give some of you guys, because I figure I'm getting some new people today, especially today with the cast reveal. I have been following Big Brother since Big Brother 1. I have been tweeting about Big Brother since I think Big Brother 13 or 14, whenever 2009 was. I have had several websites. Yep, Smoking Joe Frazier's son. I have currently have BigBrotherGossip.com and ILoveReality.com, neither of which are very active because basically I'm on Twitter all the time. And then, of course, I, along with Scott and Colette, have done a Big Brother Gossip podcast for years. We're taking a year off at least, and then I do daily podcasts called my Big Brother Carcast in the mornings that you can find on all of your favorite podcasting apps. Just look for Mike's Big Brother Gossip podcast or Carcast or whatever the heck it is. So, with all that being said, hello and welcome to new folks and old folks alike, or young folks or whatever folks. We are at the one of the crazy days of a Big Brother season, which is the day that they announced the cast. And the little background story on this, for those of you that weren't around this morning when it happened, I happened to have Twitter on, and Liquidated is his Twitter handle. He's the one who makes the Big Brother viewing app. He noticed that the cast had been posted, or a cast had been posted on Big Brother's official website. And as soon as he said that, I quickly pulled up my browser and went to the webpage, and lo and behold, yes, there was a bunch of pictures there with faces, and I was like, I looked at it, I said, "Are you? This can't be real, because this is like this group of people is like I don't. This doesn't look like a normal Big Brother cast." I really thought that when I first saw it. So I thought, is this real, or is this just a test, or what's going on here? And so I quickly screen capped it, and then of course I immediately tweeted it, and lo and behold, I didn't even figure it out for like a half an hour that my screen cap only had 15 pictures on it. I even sent it to someone and asked them to verify. And so it was like, wait a minute. And then I realized that Liquidated had a picture on it that I didn't. It had Alyssa's picture on it. And then we figured out later that then they also removed one of those people. There was someone named Garrett that was in that picture on that page, and he's no longer on the cast. Been replaced by a guy called Christian, who they look a lot alike, which is not a surprise. So, anyways, there's lots of tweets out there from me with an incomplete cast list name, an incomplete list of pictures, and it's still getting favorited right now, still getting retweeted, and it's like, no, 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 that's not accurate. And it's like, oh well, whatever. People will figure it out eventually. I have amended it. I have apologized. I've said this isn't the correct list. We didn't have the list when it popped out, but there is that massive rush when you first see the list published to be one of the first people to tweet about it. So yes, I was out there tweeting it out, even though it wasn't completely accurate. Someone just asked if we know about video. We don't know anything. We do not know anything. But what I can tell you is that not yet. I'm going to guess tomorrow. You're looking to get a big bounce out of any of these kind of things. So yesterday they got a big bounce out of doing the interview with well, no, yesterday. Wait, was the interview yesterday? The interview was day before yesterday, right? Nothing came out yesterday. My brain is a mesh now. Did we get anything yesterday? I don't think we did. So they got a bump out of the interview. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work at all, Wiley. I have no idea how that's going to work at all. How the captains are going to work. I mean, they're going to go in with each other into the house, so they're going to be exposed to at least a couple of the other players before they see the interview. So I'm not sure. And how are they going to watch these interviews? Are we going to sit and watch it with them? I mean, it's just I don't know how that's going to work. So anyways, let's I don't want to get too rabbit hole because I'm going to end up doing that. Anyway, so the cast came out, the cast list came out, and I have the names. Right, that's what we got yesterday. Then we got the cast today. I would expect we're going to either get the live interviews with the house guest tomorrow or the house reveal tomorrow. We need something, and then we're not going to get much over the weekend, I wouldn't expect. And Monday, of course, Monday or Tuesday, maybe. Remember, we still got Monday or Tuesday. So one of those days, I would say either Friday, we're going to get the house or the cast videos, or Monday or Tuesday. They're going to piecemeal it out to ramp up the exposure, the bounce that they get in the media whenever they do this stuff. Because Twitter explodes when they do this stuff. So they got to do it bit by bit. They don't want to blow it all at once. That's my thinking. But I also said I thought we'd get the house before the cast because I did. And it was very logical. And yet we got the cast before the house. So what the hell do I know? So I will read off these cast member names, and I don't have their full names and I don't have their ages or anything. I'll do that maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But I did at least want to have them and give you my very, very basic first impressions. This could be a minefield for me to say something really stupid here, by the way. But I like to do this. And I have had a chance to think about some of this. And I do know a few bits and pieces about some of them because I have jumped on and off Twitter. And I've had people tweet at me and et cetera, et cetera. I've already gotten in a semi-argument or disagreement with one person on Twitter over a cast member. So, surprise! All right. First cast member, the one that I didn't see initially, is Alyssa. I don't remember her last name right now, but Alyssa. And again, here we go. Here's where I'm going to step in it. I think she's maybe Hispanic, and I think her name was it Lopez, maybe? There's something in her last name that implied Hispanic to me. She definitely looks either Hispanic or Latin. Like that's her ethnicity, her heritage. So Scott, my friend and co-blogger on Big Brother Gossip and host of the Big Brother Gossip show, he's found bathing suit pictures of her that he's quite fond of. So she's obviously not scared to appear in a bikini. I doubt we'll see her in a bikini with the cuts that he found because they basically had no backside. I have no idea any of her other information, but I will say for a brief moment, who was last season? Vanessa, right? Wait, was that last season? Oh my God, no, season before. Was Big Brother 21, was that Vanessa? Yeah, it's going to be shaky, David. I'm driving through construction, and it's just the way it's going to be. And because I'm in landscape mode, the camera isn't as braced as well as it was yesterday. But again, just close your eyes and listen to the soothing, dulcet tones of Mike talking to himself, if you want. Or I can flip the camera if you want to look at my ugly mug. But I don't want people to see how distracted the camera makes me, because then um, they'll yell at me for driving and Paris and not periscoping and live YouTubing. All right. So Alyssa, I have no particular uh, read other than that. Okay, now I'm gonna. Hey, Aunt, is it Aza? I don't know. I have no read on her. Haven't read anything about her yet. But she looks like a nice person. Well, I'm getting to that one, Aunt, and I don't know anything. I just don't know a lot about these people, but I wanted to pop on and say hi and give you my very quick initial. Here's what I see when I look at these pictures, kind of a read, and the couple of bits and pieces I picked up. Next up, so I could do this too. So there's Alyssa, and it's Azah. This is Brent. Again, I know nothing about Brent, although he does have kind of a familiar look to him. I could certainly stereotype just based on this one picture. Doesn't he have what you would call like the sleepy eye look? Isn't that kind of that look where his eyes are kind of squinty? It's like, I don't know. It could be nothing, and it could just be that one picture. But it certainly does. Those first impressions that you get from pictures, they make you think certain things about people. And like with Brent right now, I don't know. Is he a really cool guy? Yes, of course I still have to use the chart, Brent or Ant. You bet. A Cody lookalike? I don't know. He might be Cody's friend who likes to provide him with, like, hey, dude, I got some really good stuff. Hey, Cody, come here. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. I'm just seeing that look. That look and that smile seems like seems like it's like 425 in when Brent had this picture taken. But that's just a guess. I could be completely wrong. Next up is Brittany. I'm assuming it's Brittany. Okay, so Brittany. She's certainly one of the people that I've seen tweeted about a lot today. And I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad or what. But Brittany is the one who I had someone basically say she shouldn't be on the show. What the hell are they doing? Because apparently Brittany's got a brother, and I think it was a brother, who's in some major legal trouble. Like bad legal trouble, like sexual assault legal trouble. I'm trying to connect, guys. So, yep, hang tight. We're in danger zone, but it says I reconnected. So, Brittany, um, yeah, I think I've seen a couple of her videos that did seem quite annoying. And then this legal trouble that someone linked me to and was just like all kind of mad about it. I'm just like, what do you want me to do? If it's accurate, it's her brother. It's not her. Her name isn't mentioned anywhere in this article. So it could be completely wrong too. This person could have just Googled her last name and found this article in the same city and linked to her. I don't know. And frankly, I don't care. I'm not going to hold a family member's action against her. So Brittany could be interesting and could be annoying, definitely. But we know that's going to be the case no matter what. Okay, next up. And again, for those of you that are new, I do these almost every day when I'm driving home from work. I'm planning on using YouTube this year to do these things. And it is a known thing that in about a 5-mile stretch here on my drive home, I'm in a section where Verizon sucks. And I've been doing Periscope for the last 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever it was, but Periscope went away. So now I'm trying YouTube Live. But yes, I just had a lost connection and I just had to reconnect and it seemed to come back. So I'm hopeful that this is a potential solution for me dropping out and having to restart. But you just have to be patient and stick with me. All right, next up after Brittany, and I got to get through these a little bit faster because I'm going slow, but I won't have a lot to say, is Christy. And Christy is obviously not wearing a wig. And so I did have someone, and I retweeted it earlier, threw up a TikTok video. I guess she's been on Sports Illustrated. I guess they have now the Sports Illustrated have like a 12-issue swimsuit thing? Or was she in the swimsuit edition? Or was she in the swimsuit magazine? Does Sports Illustrated now have just a swimsuit magazine? Because that's kind of what it read like. Do you think Derek is the other stunt cast? Is that what you're thinking, Ant? Because he's next. But let me finish talking about Christy. So Christy, yeah, I don't know if she's a fan, but she said her video says that right after that's the next person. Yep. So Christy, right after she graduated from college, her hair started falling out. She was diagnosed with alopecia, and she decided to embrace her baldness. And she's the first bald model in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine. I don't know if she's in the swimsuit. I don't know if she's in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, but I think she's in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine, which to me is it's kind of like the people that didn't make the cut for the swimsuit edition. But whatever, it's a pretty cool thing. And yes, much like Christmas, who was a total stunt cast, she may be a stunt cast, and that's a fair point to make. But her story is interesting. We had the first bald swimsuit model. We have now the first and we had the first female pit crew person. We'll see if she's better than Christmas. Her story is certainly more inspiring because Christmas was not. She was not coming back or fighting adversity. She just was fighting to get into a system. Okay, next up is Derek, and that's Derek Frazier. So Derek Frazier is the son of Joe Frazier, right? Who's a famous boxer. That's what I know. And as Anthony said earlier, he's probably a stunt cast. He probably had not watched Big Brother, and they had him on as a way to generate some views or whatever. But all right, if he knows how to play, it could be worth watching. Even though Christmas was a stunt cast, she turned out to be okay. Stunt casts don't have to be bad. They're just one potential slot that a fan could have filled that they didn't have. They lost that spot because they decided to cast someone that had a special thing on it. Uh-oh. We're looking like we're slowing down here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we've had this happen before too, folks. We'll have to see. There may have been an accident or something. Not sure. So no strong opinions on Derek. But he looks like he could be entertaining. How's that? And we aren't slowing down that much. We're just down to 55, so we'll take it for now. Next up, we got two Dereks. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. We've got two freaking Dereks? Really? So we got Derek, and I can't pronounce his last name because I can't see it. I'd take a stab at it, but I'm not going to embarrass myself. Derek, I don't know his specific Asian background. I don't know where his family is from, but I have to admit, and I even said this to my group of people that I played Sequester with, for a hair split of a moment, I kind of glanced and thought, wait a minute, is that Kevin with glasses? Kevin is a player who played Sequester with me, who has the kind of same upswept, combed over hairstyle as Derek, and is Asian American. And so I kind of thought, once I looked more than a half a second, I'm like, oh no, that's not Kevin. Plus, I couldn't see his name because the names were very small in the pictures. But I realized quickly it was not him. I have no other information about him. Just that, he looks like an interesting guy. The glasses, are they real? Are they just to make him look like he's a smart guy? I don't know. But it's cool. He's one of what I would guess is 2 Asians in the House. Remember diversity. They talked about diversity. This is, in my opinion, an extremely diverse cast. This is not what anybody, I think we all expected the worst, especially with Allison's and Rich's defensive comments about how the cast has been diverse in the past. This cast, I know people are complaining, and I know people will continue to complain, but this is a very diverse cast. I mean, when you look at that cast, all right, let's be honest. Let's look at how many. Let's not worry about sexual diversity. Let's just talk about race. There are literally maybe, I'm going to say Christy would classify as a Caucasian if you go with just quote that as a someone like me. I'm going to say the next person I'm going to talk about briefly in a second is Frenchie. Yes, there is. I believe Hannah is. Hannah's background. When I get to Hannah, I'm pretty sure Hannah is from somewhere in Asia. Is she not? What is her background if not? I thought I saw someone tweet that it was. All right, so we're gonna hang off on that. So, anyways, Christian, I don't know, man. I don't know what his ethnicity is. I mean, he looks fairly Caucasian, but I'm not sure. I mean, I will chalk him up as Caucasian, but he may look at you and say, "I'm not Caucasian, man. Don't call me Caucasian because I'm not." I have to be careful now because traffic seems a bit wonky, and I've got a car behind me that just wants to pass me. That's not Steven, is it? That's my coworker that just passed me on the right. I'm going to have to ask. No, it's not. There's no way. There's no way. Anyways, so and then Sarah is another one, and maybe Travis and Whitney. Okay, so maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. Maybe 6 out of 16 could be classified as. Oh, looks like a Survivor cast. I know I haven't paid attention to the cast of Survivor lately, but yeah, you know what? You're kind of right. It kind of does have almost a Survivor cast feel. Yeah, I think Hannah is part Indian, but I don't want to pigeonhole her if she isn't. So some people watch based only on what? What did you say, David? There are people. Look, I am a white guy. I am a white guy. I have grown up in a white TV world. I am used to seeing tons and tons of white people on TV. So it's hard for me to speak for people of other races or colors or ethnicities or whatever you want to say it. But what I will say is I did not watch much BET growing up. It wasn't something I felt like watching. I would turn on BET and I'd be like, this doesn't interest me very much. So how do you think people who are not white feel when they turn on TV and all they see is a bunch of white people? And that's fine, David, that's fine. But let's be honest. The cast, the past 23 seasons or 22 seasons, 21 seasons has been predominantly white folks with a sprinkling of others. And so this cast is a nice mix, and it's kind of going across a lot of different ethnicities. And trust me, I've already had somebody tell me, somebody also tweeted at me that this is not a very diverse cast. They said there's 650 ethnicities and 55. What was the other? They threw these numbers at me like, what do you want? There's only 16 spots. How can you have this? Is for only having 16 spots. This ain't too bad. And then you look at the diverse makeup of the United States. It has to kind of accommodate that to a certain extent too, because like it or not, roughly or still slightly over 50% of the U.S. population is Caucasian. That number is going down, by the way. But, they got to figure out who they're appealing to. Yeah, Khalid, it's probably, I believe it's lagging. Okay, I got to burst through the rest of these cast members because I'm getting close to home. So, all right, we're going to get to this. And I'm sorry if it's laggy, if it's cutting out. I'm doing the best I can, guys. This is what happens. This is how it works. I wish I was back on Periscope, but that's not an option anymore. Okay, so I'm not going to show up the pictures anymore because I just got to drive. Frenchie, speaking of Caucasians, Frenchie is the next one up. What I've learned about Frenchie is, first of all, his account follows me. That's always a plus. However, now I'm getting some words from people about maybe some back history on Frenchie and, he's da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, God. He also apparently applied to play Sequester, a game which I played a few times that's run by Audrey. That kind of makes you want to root for the person. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm being careful with him because I don't want to say, I'm going to root for him and then find out, oh, no, you can't root for him because he's got some major baggage coming in that people didn't figure out before he was cast. But he is one of the older people on the show, and so I do kind of have to have an affinity there too. Christian, again, I don't know. He was the one that wasn't on the original cast list, and then they pulled the other guy called Garrett and threw him in the mix. So not sure how that happened or why that happened. Why do they have Garrett listed and suddenly Christian is in? Is Christian an alternate got tossed in near the end? This is why I think I'm trying to reconnect, and I don't know how this works when I connect. Yeah, so that's why it said I was lagging. So I apparently lagged out again, guys. So I was talking about Frenchie, and based on chat, someone said the old dude. So yes, Frenchie. And then I talked about Christian. I have no big thoughts on Christian because he seems to be a last-minute change. So that's how that works. Hannah looks like, in my opinion, from what I can tell and from what I thought I read, she has some kind of, and I would have called someone from India the Middle East in the past, but I understand that that's actually technically Asia, so I have to be careful about what I say. I don't know if her family's background is from India or from Pakistan or from somewhere in the Middle East. I'm not sure. I thought it was India, but again, I don't want to presuppose and get anybody mad for not guessing right. Kyland, is it Kyland? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about him. I've just seen his picture. I have absolutely no read on him. So I got nothing on that. Got a few more to go here, which I already said. I don't have a lot of read on some of these people. Sarah, apparently I did read some stuff on Sarah. She's like a role. She likes doing role-playing games, stuff like that. I don't know if she's in orgs. I don't think she's in what are called orgs, which are online reality games. I don't know if she does that, but she does do some kind of stuff. She sounds fairly nerdy. We'll have to see. That could be a bad thing. That could be a, she's kind of just a drag along to the end kind of a person, but she may also be a good player and entertaining. Not sure. I got 4 more to go. And thank you guys for tuning in. Tiffany, who is labeled, I think, as the oldest player. I think she's 40. So the oldest player this year is 40. That's young by my standards, but what are you going to do? I am not sure. But, of course, as being the oldest player in the house, she could very well fall into that mother role, which could be a curse or could be a good thing. It's hard to tell. Will she be a leader or will she be an annoying person to the rest of the house? I'm not sure. 40 isn't that much older than everybody else, though, so maybe she'll be fine. Travis. Here's another one that I guess a lot of baggage is coming out online. I mean, within 5 minutes of the cast being released, I thought there was people tweeting about things that Travis has done in his casts. I don't know if any of it's true. I haven't delved into it that deeply, but oh my. Travis looks like the big muscle-bound, guy that beefy guy. Matter of fact, he does have flavors of a couple of former players, big, bulky, muscular guys. I know nothing more than that. Whitney, no clue. I have nothing to tell you about Whitney. I don't have any feel for her. I'm not sure. No idea, no thoughts. We'll have to see how it works out. And finally, Xavier. Xavier is a lawyer. Xavier is getting all kinds of rave reviews by lots of people. If he's as good a potential player as he seems, he could be a star of this show. Very possible. He looks like he's ready to play. It could be the cast member that went, oh, yeah, this is our guy. He's going to be the star of this season. No. But it's potential. So that's it, guys. That is the cast of 16. I apologize for those of you that it's cut out on. Again, this is YouTube. I have crappy connections when I drive sometimes. I'm doing the best I can, but I appreciate you tuning in. I do a CarCast podcast every morning, at least every weekday morning on my way to work for anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 minutes where I talk about Big Brother. I definitely will do one tomorrow morning. If you want to listen to that and it's audio only, just go to any podcast app, search for Mike's Big Brother CarCast, or you can go to bigbrothergossip.com. There's links to it posted in the upper left, or you can go to Spreaker.com and search for it, or you can just follow me on Twitter at BBGOSSIP, and I tweet out a link whenever I post it. Did I tweet out today's? Crap, did I not post today's? Geez, there you go. I recorded one today and didn't post it. I've got to be better about that. That's it, though. I'm signing off now. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll talk to you soon. Subscribe if you want notifications when I do this. That would be a good thing to do. I'm doing the YouTube plugs now. Give a thumbs up, hit the bell, ring in, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right? Take care, everybody, and thanks again. We'll see you later. Those of you that were late, hey, it's not getting deleted, so you can rewind or watch it in its entirety, or I think you can scroll back to see it from the beginning. And apparently there was at least 1 or 2 dropouts. I apologize. You can blame Verizon. But thanks again, everyone. Appreciate it. Be well. We'll see you. Talk to you tomorrow or online on Twitter, where I will be tweeting.